Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
3 people have been convicted of being members of the banned neo-Nazi group National Action. Adam Thomas and Claudia Patatas, whom the jury heard had named their baby boy Adolf out of admiration for Hitler, were convicted at Birmingham Crown Court, along with Daniel Bogunovic. We can now report that 10 people have been found guilty of being members of National Action this year, with 8 linked to a cell in the Midlands, which included a serving soldier. Our Home Affairs correspondent Daniel Sanford has the story.
A provocative National Action demo before it was banned as a neo-Nazi terrorist organisation after celebrating the murder of the Labour MP Joe Cox. On the left here, giving the Nazi salute, was the group's main organiser in the Midlands, Alex Deakin. An open Nazi, he recruited university students and even school children. And after the ban, he took his members underground, borrowing tactics from so-called Islamic State and communicating using an encrypted chat group named after the Ku Klux Klan. 8 of his members have now been found guilty of belonging to a banned group.
They are learning from other terrorist organisations how to communicate, how to radicalise, how to recruit individuals, how to gather weaponry and equipment.
There's so much concern about the growing threat from extreme right-wing groups that the security service MI5 has taken over from the police in gathering and analysing intelligence on them. These groups are now being dealt with in the same way as other terrorist organisations. Perhaps the most dangerous man in the Midlands group was Mikko Vehviläinen, a serving Lance Corporal in the British Army. He wrote about creating civil disorder and attacking national infrastructure and accumulated a personal arsenal of guns, crossbows and knives. He had access to young soldiers in his regiment, the Royal Anglian, and recruited at least 3 to the neo-Nazi cause. Convicted of being a member of National Action in April, he's been thrown out of the army along with one of his recruits.
If there are such serious breaches of values and standards, then the army will take the most serious action against these individuals.
And what does that involve?
Well, that ranges, but it can result in their service being terminated.
Though in fact one of the soldiers originally suspected of being involved with Vehviläinen is still in the army. One of the most extreme people in the Midlands group was Adam Thomas, who also wanted to join the army. He and his partner, Claudia Patatas, gave their baby the middle name Adolf after Adolf Hitler. Amazingly, just 2 years earlier, Adam Thomas had been in Israel and trying to convert to the Jewish faith. But by the time of their arrest, Patatas and Thomas were stockpiling weapons for the race war they thought was coming, including a £1,000 crossbow. Adam Thomas even discussed stealing an assault rifle from the army, and with his friend Darren Fletcher, seen here on the left, he talked about killing MPs. And it's not been just talk. In Wales, a former National Action member, Zach Davis, was convicted of attempting to murder a Sikh dentist. Another, Jack Renshaw, admitted plotting to murder his MP in Lancashire, and a third, Jack Coulson, was found guilty of building a viable pipe bomb in Yorkshire. National Action was banned at the end of 2016, but almost 2 years on, police are still investigating former members, including some of those who founded the group. Daniel Sanford, BBC News.
Well, let's move on now to other news. And a neo-Nazi couple who gave their son the middle name Adolf have been found guilty of being members of the banned National Action terrorist group. Claudia Patatas and Adam Thomas were even pictured holding their son alongside a swastika. A court heard they were part of a dangerous and armed terrorist cell in the West Midlands, which included a serving soldier. Ben Chapman has more.
It was one of the many symbols of their far-right fanaticism. Along with the swastikas, the name they gave their baby, Adolf. Here, his father, Adam Thomas, cradles him while wearing the robes of the Ku Klux Klan. But they also had weapons, together with the view that black people, Jews and refugees should all be killed.
Do you regret calling your baby Adolf, Claudia?
Today, the mother, Claudia Patatas, was convicted of belonging to National Action.
Do you still think all Jews should be killed?
Her partner, Adam Thomas, and Daniel Bogunovic were also found guilty of membership. 3 others also face jail after admitting being part of the illegal far-right group.
These are dangerous, organised individuals who have come together with a very clear ideology to spread hatred, a very clear desire to use violence to spread that hatred, and a very clear structure in terms of how they're going to recruit new members, radicalise other people.
National Action wanted to wage a holy war for white people, including a plot to murder an MP. This demonstration took place before it was outlawed nearly 2 years ago.
But the organisation just continued using different names. Members in the Midlands continued to hold socials at various pubs, using prepaid mobile phones to avoid detection and avoiding using the words National Action at their meetings.
The local ringleader was Alex Deakin. We can now report that he was jailed for 9 years in the spring for membership and distributing terrorist documents. He changed the group's name to the Triple K Mafia. In an encrypted online chat group, he asked, "Would you kill mixed-race children if ordered to?" Claudia Patatas replied, "Yes." Adam Thomas posted a suggestion, why not just become the Ku Klux Klan British Isles? But we can also now report they managed to recruit a serving soldier, Mikko Vehviläinen. He'd stockpiled a personal arsenal and was jailed earlier this year. The Midland cell tried to glamorise their activities in promotional videos. In the end, offensive fly posting was the only action they ever undertook. But police say they've cracked a dangerous group which aspired to far worse. Ben Chapman, ITV News, Birmingham.
6 people have been convicted for membership of the banned neo-Nazi group National Action. 2 of them, Adam Thomas and Claudia Patatas, gave their baby the middle name Adolf as a tribute to Hitler, who they said they admired. At the end of their trial at Birmingham Crown Court, reporting restrictions were lifted, so we can now report on the convictions of others previously convicted for membership of National Action, including a soldier who served in Afghanistan. Jane Dodge has this report.
Nazi salutes from members of National Action. Channel 4 News filmed this rally in Newcastle in 2015. The group was banned the following year after members celebrated the murder of the MP Joe Cox.
National Action is a vile group. They promote homophobia, they promote violence and terrorism, and they have no place in this country.
Do you still believe all black people should be killed, Claudia?
Do you regret joining a terrorist group?
Today, this woman and 2 men were found guilty of being members of National Action. As the prosecution put it, the neo-Nazi group shed one skin for another. It had just changed its name. Claudia Patatas and Adam Thomas were so fanatical, they gave their baby the middle name Adolf. Photos recovered from their home showed Thomas cradling his son while wearing a Ku Klux Klan outfit. Another showed him brandishing a knife. He was also found guilty of having a copy of the anarchist cookbook, which includes instructions for making a bomb. A crossbow was found a few feet from the baby's cot. There was even a pastry cutter shaped like a swastika. Daniel Bogdanovich was also found guilty of being a member and inciting racial hatred by putting up National Action posters at Aston University.
This is a very dangerous organisation. They have been acquiring weaponry, they've been downloading manuals on how to make explosives and other weapons, and they are seeking to promote a violent race war within the United Kingdom.
The police say they've dismantled the Midlands chapter of National Action, but those convicted cover a far wider area. Adam Thomas and Claudia Patatas lived in Banbury in Oxfordshire. Daniel Bogdanovich was 57 miles away in Leicester. 3 others pleaded guilty to being members: Joel Wilmore from Stockport, Darren Fletcher from Wolverhampton and Nathan Pryke from Cambridge. We can now name 2 other members jailed earlier this year: Alex Deakin from Birmingham and soldier Mikko Vehviläinen from Powys in Wales. Based in barracks in the Brecon Beacons, he tried to recruit other soldiers to join National Action. Police found an arsenal of weapons at his house nearby and a photo of him giving a Nazi salute. Jailed for 8 years, his actions led to one senior soldier posting this on Twitter.
If you're a serving soldier or a would-be soldier, and you hold these intolerant and extremist views, as far as I'm concerned, there is no place for you in the British Army. So get out.
Events like these may now be banned, but the police have warned national action continues to be a threat and has urged the public to remain vigilant.
Jane Dodge reporting.